So as you can see on the screen, that means we got to start out with something, nothing, or everything, right, guys?
Early in the show.
First up, the Clippers bench outscoring the Lakers bench 60-19. Something, nothing, or everything. What do you got, Tracy?
I'm saying this is everything. Reason being, I have the Clippers winning the championship this year. To be a championship team, you got to have a championship bench. You got to have a bench that produces every night. When starters are slacking a little bit, these guys come in, they provide great energy. You got a guy in Lue Will who's been a six-man a few times that averages 20 points. And I just like what I see from them. So I'm going everything.
This is everything, not just because what happened in this game. This is the fundamental difference between these two teams. The Lakers had to clear the decks to get their two superstars and really have had to sort of scramble to fill out their roster. The Clippers were able to get their two superstars without losing all the depth. Now, they all traded away all their future picks,
right?
But their team is so much more complete. And boy, Lou Williams is such an important player for the Clippers, because especially with Paul George out. He's a stress reliever, and when they got off to a rough start last night, the Lakers got up big early on. They brought in Montrezl Harrell, they brought in Lou Williams, they started running their pick and roll. Everything was flowing again, and that enabled Kawhi to then go off.
Right, because it's not just that they didn't have to clear out their bench to make those trades. It's that it is one of the best benches in the league last season. 2 Six-Man of the Year candidates, one of them who won. And Doc Rivers said last night he thinks they're going to be better this season. He thinks Mo Harkless fits right in there. We saw that with the steal last night. And I don't know. I heard someone ask Anthony Davis in the locker room afterward, well, I mean, your guys' bench is going to be better once Kuz comes back. And that's true. And obviously Rondo also was hurt last night. But I don't think they've got the bodies there that they need to match up. And again, the Clippers, we're talking about the highest bar, right? You said that you picking them to win the title. So I'm not saying the Lakers are a bad team. They won't win a lot of games at all. But if you're talking about the highest bar, I just don't see them having the bodies to get there, even when those guys come back. I also want to ask you a little bit about Kawhi's 16 second-quarter points, something, nothing, or everything. What do you think?
Well, this is definitely something, but really, to me, it was part of the entire first half show, which includes his commercials, where he's throwing some shade at the Lakers, his New Balance commercial, throwing some shade at LeBron and the Lakers. The pregame video, which threw some shade at the Lakers. And that, as you said earlier, it was sort of a quasi-Laker home game. That said, Kawhi embraced this game, and the Clippers embraced this rivalry. I know LeBron downplayed it, but that's not what I saw from the Clippers.
I think it's something. I go back to Kawhi days in San Antonio, where he was primarily the best defender on the court for that team. And now, I mean, his offense has caught up to his defense. So for him to put on a display like he did in the finals against Golden State on one leg, I'm not surprised by this. This is who he is now. He's a great defender, and he also is a great mid-range shooter that can score the ball at any given time.
We use that expression with athletes. We're seeing him at the height of his power. That's what I felt like with Kawhi last night. All right, let's go to the Lakers side, though. LeBron and AD combining to score 2 points in the fourth quarter. Something, nothing, or everything, T-Mac.
I don't think this is anything right here, because from what I seen from LeBron last night, he was trying to figure things out, right? He's in his 17th year. He's trying to defer and really establish AD to being the guy for this team. He was deferring a lot. He was very passive. He was just trying to figure out what he has around here. He's done that in the past with some of his newer teams.
Yeah, I don't want to overreact to this game, but I do think that this is everything. The way these two guys play together is going to be a huge factor going forward, and we're not going to judge them just now, but they have probably had the least amount of practice time of anybody in the NBA, because not only did they go overseas, but they went overseas and then couldn't practice there. And they came back, they immediately went into games. They didn't take time to practice like the Nets did. You felt like they were still practicing last night.
Yeah, look, teams that go overseas have a worse record in the regular season. We have seen that over and over and over again. We'll have to see if that catches up to the Lakers. Got a little bonus round for you. Brian sent around this video to all of us earlier this hour. Is Ty Lue leaving Rich Paul hanging? Something, nothing, or everything. Look at this. Look at Ty. Not talking to him. Give him a little stare. Yeah. Let's see it again.
All right, well, I've talked to some of the principals here.
All right, give us a lowdown.
Paul and Rich and Paul George were talking about Paul's suit. And Ty came over and said, hey, stop talking to my player. And it was all in good fun. Now, if you don't believe him, that's fine, but that's the
It wasn't good fun.
I think that there was the stare down, and it wasn't good.
That's right. If you know anything about Ty, he loves to give that stare. That was definitely a Ty Lue stare.
Thanks for watching ESPN on YouTube. For more sports highlights and analysis, be sure to download the ESPN app. And for live streaming sports and premium content, subscribe to ESPN+.